You too, Marty.
Yeah, I'm sure she does.
Greetings. This is September 2017 Patreon Hangout. So far, it's just myself and Marty and John Blanco. Sorry if I mispronounced that. So far, it's just the three of us. We know we're not going to have Justin. Zach is a maybe because of
work related.
He's on call at work stuff, and so we're just. I know we have at least one other person from the chat wanting to join. So we're kind of waiting on him.
Yeah.
So other than that, hi, welcome.
You were the one of the rare people to pronounce it correctly the first try, Blanco.
It's like queso blanco.
Yeah.
Right.
Isn't it like Blanc? He's like French for white or something like that. That's
Blanco. Yeah, Blanco is Spanish for white, but I'm Italian. I don't know why, but
okay. Well, I took French in high school, so
it would really, one thing that would be really nice about ARMS, and I'm sorry, I'm distracted, but one thing that would really be nice about ARMS is all these characters have the special ability for their arm or for their character. It'd be nice if there was an explanation about how to use those.
That would be beneficial to know how to use an ability.
Because I know Lollipop has this thing where she is in the air and she can block in the air, but I'm sitting here getting killed during this match because I don't know how to do it.
I've inside my head every time I hear Lollipop, I laugh because I think of another game that
we're not going to mention here.
We're not going to mention here. If you search for it, you should have safe search on. If you have kids around, not going to talk about it, but it's just I think about it every time I hear it. I'm going to slip it out.
Yeah,
I don't want to. But I think I'm going to slip it out at some point.
We're just going to call it that match 3 game.
I'll try.
The adult match 3 game.
Yeah.
Is there a chainsaw involved? Do I know this game?
No,
probably not.
It is a match 3 / dating simulator in which the better you do, the girls. Yeah,
I gotcha.
It's let me just put it this way. It's Japanese.
I played the game and I'm a fan.
Okay,
that's
hang
fine,
on.
but
I gotta see something. Dude, your shelves behind you are rocking. Now hang on.
Which one?
Mega Man 3, Mega Man 4, and Mega Man 6.
Oh, him?
Is that Mega Man 6? Am I right?
That is 6, yes. Yeah. I don't particularly collect them, but I came into them, so I have 3.
Got the SNES Classic Edition box back there. You got the Game Boy. I think is that a Game Boy box?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, dude, your collection is awesome.
But you have a Pac-Man clock.
I have this though. I got this thing.
Oh, that's cool.
Do you have a useless BB-8 Sphero droid?
My daughter has a few, I think.
This is the one that's app controlled, and I was like, "Oh man, it's gonna be so awesome."
Yeah, you used it once and then shelved it.
Yeah, it hasn't been charged in months. Oh, or do you have? Hang on. Do you have the coin-eating face bank?
I think you showed me that before. I was disturbed.
Oh, put
Here
a
we
coin
go.
on.
Nom, nom, nom.
Come on.
Oh, that's horrifying.
I'm thinking about just making this my Facebook profile picture for October.
Can you do the animated GIF of it? I mean,
yes, you can. You can make a video of it, and it's not quiet. It makes this horrible grinding sound while it does it, so it's even more horror-inducing.
Did you see the animated GIF I made of Zach a few weeks ago, or did you? I put it in the chat, I think.
Oh,
if you didn't, you need to see it. It's highly recommended.
He did this thing, and I made it into an animation. And
oh yeah, it's ridiculously awesome. Put it in the group chat over there. There's never it's kind of like Wobble Puffet. There's never not a time.
Can I share my screen? Let me try something.
Sure you can.
Let's see if this works.
Maybe. I say that.
I think I found out how, but I'm going to try to get it loaded first. All right, screen
And we'll
share,
see.
application window, that one, share.
Oh, here we go. There he goes. The old Benny Hill music. Yep, that's it. So, John, what you been playing lately, man? You been playing anything good?
I just finished Mario and Rabbids last night.
You finished it,
or 2 nights ago.
Wow. Good on you. It's challenging.
Have you beaten the story?
I just defeated the Phantom of the Boapro last night.
Oh, he's cool.
Hey, yeah, Jesse and I were talking about this right before we went live, and you came in here. I think that is probably ranks up there with like my favorite boss fights ever in video games.
I agree. That's what I
mean, you don't hear English words usually in a Mario game. It was very unusual,
especially out of a rabbit.
It was the most out of left field, thing.
Yeah, and he kind of throws a curveball at you. He starts singing blah blah, and then coughs, and then starts speaking English. Like, what just happened? Fantastic.
I think the Donkey Kong guy, the Donkey Kong rabbit, is so iconic, and the animations with him with the bananas scrabbling at the grate is just.
And then he'll eat one and then put another one and kind of like stuck in his mouth. It was going to stick it up like this.
Yeah, the whole thing with Rabbids is this: like the first level, I was super like the homages and everything were on point. Donkey Kong was on point. World 3, it's the same way. My problem is that because of that, World 2's boss just felt a little meh.
Yeah, 2 seemed out of place.
I can't remember the World 2 boss. It was
the big snowman,
the big refrigerator.
Oh, right, yeah. Yeah.
Like my thing is that I think that what they should have done was have some kind of Mario, themed boss there. And that's just me. Maybe I'm wrong, but I was hoping for, and I guess Mario doesn't have a lot of iconic frozen enemies.
Let it go, Marty.
Yeah. I can agree. The last boss isn't all that great either. The first and third are definitely much cooler.
All right, listen. Here is Tim is joining us, as well as Martha is joining us.
That's me.
I'm so glad that you could join us tonight, Martha.
Yeah, you're welcome.
How are you?
You guys.
Yeah, I was telling Marty, and I told him I wasn't going to spoil it because I want him, because it was a surprise to me, and I want it to be a surprise to him. But what popped up in the middle of World 4-7, and I saw that, I went, okay, screenshot, send it to a few of my friends, and then I put it down, and I haven't played it. I haven't played that fight yet, but
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So without us, because I mean we're actually going to talk about this tonight on the show. So without us talking about it, what did you guys think about the direct?
Oh boy!
Because I could talk about it, but I'm going to save it for the show.
Doom. I'm excited for Doom.
Okay.
Shocking. That was the shock moment. I can't believe it.
Yeah, I was surprised about those games.
Yeah, that was a surprise. I mean, I think some people were thinking Fallout 4 because of Bethesda, but I was really surprised. I will say this, and I'm not going to spend much time on it because, again, let's talk about it on the show, and I may go back to this too. That how they just kind of ran through that. Like, oh yeah, by the way, Doom and Wolfenstein are coming to the Switch. See ya.
Yeah, they did. They did.
When third-party support is so crucial for Nintendo right now, man, give us something.
Yeah, I felt like they spent a lot of time on things that we already knew or just didn't need to be elaborated on that much. Like,
I'm sure Jesse really enjoyed the Xenoblade and Octopath Traveler because he's a JRPG guy.
I'm not a
Xenoblade
Xenoblade
went
fan.
on for a while.
I've tried. Yeah, I bought the Wii version. Actually, imported the European version when it wasn't coming to North America, and got like 6 or 8 hours into it, and it kind of fell on me. Then, just to support the market, I bought it when it did come out in North America, and then I bought the 3D version. So I bought the damn game 3 times, but I couldn't get into it.
I'm probably going to get both Doom and Wolfenstein 2.
Right, so I did a quick count in my notes, and including like some games count twice because there's 2 versions, but there was 52 games mentioned.
Wow.
Also,
I guess I didn't realize that.
Including games that have already been released, but updates are coming. I counted those too. 52 games mentioned in 45 minutes.
Wow.
That's pretty awesome.
I also all those little arcade games. I counted each one as one. So bang, 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 bang.
You counted them as one. You counted them as a single game by themselves.
Yeah. So
I mean, that's probably the way they want you to count them.
Right, because they're not all releasing at once. It's not one big bundle. They're coming out piecemeal, like Virtual Console.
Like
only Mario Brothers is coming out on the 27th. The other games are coming later.
Is this their way of saying, we hear you, Virtual Console is not here, we know you're upset, so let's give you something unique? Or has this been something that's been in the pipe for a while?
It can't have been, because it's coming out quick, right? It's coming out in like a week.
Yeah, I imagine that some of these. Yeah,
is Mario coming out in a week?
2 weeks.
Mario Brothers, really?
27th.
Yeah.
I guess I missed that. I was watching the direct with my son, so he was like, "Oh, so I was having to talk with him." And
then these are the arcade ports, not a port of the NES.
I'm gonna be
a port.
Really honest that the Punch Out one, I'm super excited about.
Yep.
Yeah, I had it in my notes. Actually, I didn't count that one in my count because they didn't specify that by name. They just showed the footage of it.
But in showing it, did they not confirm it?
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Probably. I know.
Yeah, they said they were hinting at those. They were coming.
Punch Out also was not in the press release, along with the others.
Yeah.
So that was a weird one.
That one's the most exciting though, because I never played through the arcade version. It just took my quarters away, and it kind of looked like a DS game at first. I was like, "Is this a DS game?" It didn't occur to me that it was the arcade until later.
I wonder if that's going to be one where you have to turn the Switch sideways to play it.
You probably will have to. Or
that'd be cool.
Out of those, like I'm looking back through your notes.
TV.
I'm looking back through your notes, Jesse, on these. Definitely not getting Ice Climbers. Definitely not getting Clue Clue Land.
See, I didn't even know the others were arcade machines. I knew about Versus Super Mario Brothers.
So what is Versus? Because I seem to remember these like table size video games that were like at Pizza Hut when I was a kid, and they had like a joystick on one side and a joystick on the other, and like you both looked at the same screen.
Yeah, well, back then, you didn't both play simultaneously. It took turns, but when you played on the tabletop. Like if I'm playing, if you're on the other side, you see my play upside down. But when I die and it's your turn, the screen inverts, so you have a clean view of your screen, and I'm watching you play upside down.
So is the point of this to like get your Switch and set it on the table in between you and face down? Back down. These
games were also in normal standard cabinets, because the Versus Super Mario Brothers that I played when I was a kid was in a stand-up cabinet.
Oh, okay.
So
I've never seen that like that.
Arigato. So it's basically the game starts out like regular Super Mario Brothers, but then near the end of the game, it puts in some lost level stuff. So it's a remixed game that is designed to be harder, so it's quarter munching. Because back then I could have.
Yeah, that seems cool.
If it was just the NES port, I could have beat it in 1 quarter. But this game I never did. And that when it has the warp zones 2, 2, 3, 4, just like the NES version.
Aren't they like minus ones though? Where was that from? Like there was one.
The Lost
Levels, right?
I think Lost Levels had a backwards one. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that one messes with you.
Yeah, but so like World 1-2 had the warp zone to 2, 3, and 4, but 4-2 only had a warp to 5. Or so yeah, you couldn't go right to 8 anymore, like you could, or 6, or was it 6? You can get to 6, but not 8. So I think I got to 6, 8, 6, 3, and I never finished it at that point because I always ran out of quarters.
So, so for you guys, maybe we can, since you won't be able to chime in during the show, we can go down this list and talk about some of these games. Do any of y'all care about Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon?
No.
Wow. Okay.
Someone said yeah.
Did he? No, I don't think anybody did. Now my son the whole time is going, Dad, we gotta get that. It's Necrozma. And I'm like, okay, whatever. Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. Anybody care about that one?
I Superstar Saga is one of my favorite games, and I actually have a sealed version somewhere over there.
Oh wow!
I am very excited for it. I don't know if I'll be able to have time to play it. It's coming out October 6th. I don't know if I'll have time to play it, but I'm very excited for that day one. I'm super excited. That's a great game if you haven't played it.
Will you get the amiibo?
Yeah.
I already have. I have all the amiibo. They're all right in front of me. You can't see them, but
there are 2 new amiibo.
You have the Goomba and the Koopa Troopa amiibo?
I don't have them yet. They come out on the 6th.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Are you gonna? I mean, those are the ones I mean. Is that what you're gonna get?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good. I've been playing through Paper Jam recently.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
So yeah, I made it about 10 hours in. I've been picking it up every once in a while, playing a little bit, but so I don't know. Yeah.
There's just something. There's something to me, and Jesse played Paper Jam to a point, and he could speak to this. Like when you're in a fight and it takes like 30 minutes to kill normal enemies, it's ridiculous.
I feel like they
need to realize that's ridiculous.
I think that they really designed it so that you use those cards, like the assist cards.
Sure, they did. They want you to use those amiibo cards as much as possible.
Yeah. And I noticed with some of the battles, you just get stuck in a loop, like over and over, unless you activate.
And really, I hate to say this because I like the game. Color Splash is a little bit like that. Yeah, but it did not rely so heavily on the amiibo tapping. Like it didn't, and the battles felt a little more fair. Paper Jam and Sticker Star both had battles that did not feel fair, and that's in the end that's really why I didn't like them. Kirby Battle Royale. Anybody in for this one?
Yeah, so we got names for both Kirby games that were previously untitled.
Yeah, this is the 3D top down. I guess it's like a fighting game.
This might be a trend. This answer might be an answer I use a lot, but I might be interested if it was on the Switch.
Ah, okay.
But
so do I even need to mention Yokai Watch 2? I don't think anybody here likes that but me. I did like the fact that
watching that show with my daughter.
I do like the fact that
my son's interested too.
They're offering the download the DLC for that. That you can I guess upgrade your current copy of Yokai Watch 2 to the Psychic Specters.
No,
I don't know.
That's not what I got. I thought the original 2 games are going to give software updates. I think they're today. That will add some new abilities, and then also will allow you to copy your data from those into the 3rd game so you can continue your game.
Well,
so it's not like just buying the 3rd game through the first 2. It's still it's not like the Snipper Clips thing.
Right.
We'll get to that.
Layton's Mystery Journey, Catrell, and the Millionaire's Conspiracy. Jesse's buying it.
Again, I would have already bought it if I could play it on my iPad, but my iPad is too old for it, and I'm not going to play it.
Is this the same game that's on the iPad?
Yes.
Wow.
The 3DS game. Well, the base game's the same. $40 versus $15. That's why I wanted to buy it on iOS.
Are you serious?
3DS.
It's gonna be that much.
The 3DS does give you one exclusive outfit.
It's not worth $30.
and then iOS has other DLC. You can buy additional outfits and other cosmetic things. But I think, what I've been, what I understand from Neil from NWR, that the base puzzle sets are the same.
Right.
But I just don't want. Hey, Lloyd Henderson.
All right.
Lloyd,
how are you, man?
Yes.
We're running down the games that were revealed in the Nintendo Direct today and seeing what you guys think about them. You'll get to hear what we think about them on the show tonight. Minecraft, new Nintendo 3DS edition. Anybody excited about that?
No, because I think it wouldn't play as well as it does on the Switch, so I don't see the point.
Well, if you don't have a Switch, there's a point.
Okay, I guess.
but to me, that's it. That's the only point, because it did look a little clunky on the 3DS, and I imagine it does not play well. But of course, my son, as soon as he saw it, it's like, Dad, we got to buy Minecraft for the 5th time.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, and I flat told him, especially when I saw the price, $29.99. Get out of town, Nintendo. That's ridiculous.
So
Well, my kids are interested.
is one thing's interesting. This is for the new 3DS. How many games require the new 3DS? Because that count is very low, right?
Yeah, not including Super Nintendo
Xenoblade.
Virtual Console. I'd say less than 5.
Right. So this is a game that requires the new 3DS, which I thought was interesting and probably necessary.
Off the top of my head, Xenoblade, Binding of Isaac, and this.
I'm going to bet that it plays on the new 2DS XL as well.
It will. Anything new.
It's got to have that. It's got to have that nub.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
if
basically-
it's got new in it, it's fine.
Yeah. So it's out. It's $30, which is a ridiculous price.
How much
And
does
I'm
Switch
hard
version
pressed.
cost?
I'm hard pressed to find a reason to buy this, other than the fact that the 3DS or the new 3DS has incredible battery life. And my son, he's like, "But Dad, I can play it when you have the Switch." And I'm like, "That's a great point. You won't be begging me to play it on the Switch anymore." But then we would have Minecraft on the Wii U, the PlayStation 4, the computer, the Switch, and his iPad and the 3DS.
Oh, wow.
That's too much.
That's
We're not, unless they make that like a unified thing where it's going to come along with the Switch and the Let's Play update. I'm not buying it. Forget it.
That's what
He
I'm
can
curious
save up
about
his-
is if we can play the unified version.
Yeah, I doubt it.
That's what my kids would want to
be
do.
honest.
And I have a feeling the 3DS won't be part of that unified thing.
Yeah. The thing about it is he will probably save up his own money and buy it, and I'm okay with that, but I'm going to try to talk him out of it at least.
Well,
Because
here's
he
my
doesn't need
dilemma.
another version of Minecraft.
My dilemma was that I was considering getting one of the older model of the 2DSs for my daughter because she's turning 5.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, and they're super cheap now. And,
Right.
And when I saw this, I thought, oh, that might be cute for her to play. But then I realized, oh, it's just for the new 3DS, so I can't actually.
As a dad who has
Yeah.
had both, who's had the tablet 2DS and the new one, I don't recommend the tablet 2DS to any parent at all.
No.
Yeah.
There's too much wrong. There's too much that went wrong with our hardware for me to recommend it. I
Okay.
recommend the 2DS. I don't recommend you buying a 3DS for them, but I recommend the 2DS XL.
Good to know. Yeah.
The biggest issue that we had, the two issues that we had, number one is the one that I've heard and one that we experienced. Number one, if you ever break the screen on the tablet 2DS, you have to replace the whole device.
Wow.
And it costs almost as much to get a new one. I mean, to fix the screen as it would to get a new one. So you might as well just buy a new one. The second thing is that on a lot of them, especially ones that you might get, like if you're just wanting to get one for her and it's a trade, like you're buying a used one or something, the SD card door on it is faulty and will stop reading the SD card, and then you won't be able to play your games.
Oh, man.
Even though the
I
SD
got
card's
something to
in
add to your
there.
list.
What's that?
I got one to add to your list. My son had one too. He had a tendency to drop them. As we all know, kids tend to drop them, and it would always land on one of the shoulder buttons.
Yep.
When it did that,
Oh,
it would
geez.
break the shoulder button, and we'd have to take it apart and try to pop it back into place.
Wow. All right, scratch that idea.
The other thing that's negative about it, and you don't realize it until you have one, is the screens are tiny. And I know they announced it the first time. It was kind of cool because I can let my kids play and not worry about them putting the 3D on. But the screens are so tiny, I feel like it strains your eyes just looking at those tiny screens. So
I think for littler kids, I mean, like as adults, I don't think we sometimes realize how we're seeing things so differently, but like I think back to the Game Boy screen when I was 8 years old, and I was like, oh man, this is awesome. And it had no lights or anything. And I used to play with that stupid Light Boy attachment, in the back of the car.
I had one of those too.
And how I strained my eyes doing that, that's eye strain. At least with the DS, it's it's backlit and it's everything. But you're right, it's so much better with the 2DS XL, and like I'm still looking at like games that I haven't played since I got the 2DS XL, and like I'm just amazed at how they look, on that when I boot it up. Like I put Animal Crossing in the other day, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, this thing is gigantic!"
Yeah,
all the animals are huge, and I don't know. Like I know it's like it's up to you as a parent for what you do ultimately, but like I think that clamshell design of the new 2DS XL will probably be a little more longer lasting.
Okay,
I've been using the XL since the original XL was launched, and I've been using that size screen for a while. I look at my kids' smaller 3DS. I'm like, how do they ever play on this?
Yeah, I mean, if you look at this right now, a Scarlet Red. I just went to GameStop to check it out since we're talking about it. Yeah. A Scarlet Red new Super Mario Brothers 2 2DS is $79.99. Or a Crimson Red one with Mario Kart 7 is $79.99, or a blue one with Mario Kart 7 $79.99. All the 2DS tablet versions now come with a game, which is it's a bonus. But on the other hand, if you just like pay for another 2DS, basically, you've got the black and turquoise new 2DS XL. And I just think that's a little more like right now, especially like if you're looking like a 5-year-old who's probably like you're thinking this console 2DS, 3DS, etc. has probably maybe 2 years left in it, right? Which will translate into about 9 or 10 for your kids because they'll keep playing their games, hopefully, right? A 5-year lifespan is pretty good for a console. And it's a little more future proof.
Yeah.
Especially because, man, if you ever, if they're ever not using it and you want to sneak and play that thing, of course you've got a 3DS of your own, but if they ever wanted to play the Super Nintendo games like Daddy does, they can't do it on their 2DS tablet.
And whenever possible, get a Nerf case.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, that's a good point.
Nerf case.
She's been stealing the Switch out of the dock. So every once in a while I come home, it's not in there.
I mentioned this last week on the show, but we bought a Switch for our students at church, and we were away on retreat 2 weekends ago, and this kid was playing it, and he's just sitting there, and like I told him, I was like, yeah, you can take it out because nobody else wants to play it, and he's just sitting there, and he's like just playing, and then blam, it just slips out of his hands and hits the floor, and I was like, and my wife immediately, like I was standing with my back to it, and I heard it hit the floor, and she goes, and I was like, he just broke the Switch, didn't he? Because the kid is a notorious Butterfingers. I was like, there's Joy-Con pieces laying everywhere, aren't and it didn't do a thing to it. Like there's not a dent, scratch, whatever on it. It's fantastic. And they have played the crap out of Mario Kart and Astro Duel Deluxe. Seriously. Like that was the first question one of the kids asked me because I'd taken it on our trip this summer and we'd played it at night when we didn't have anything going on. And we'd play like 3 hours of Astro Duel Deluxe every night. And they were like, and one of them comes up and he's like, did you buy that space game? I was like, yes. Yes, I did. I bought the space game. Let's move on. Mario Party, the top 100. Who's getting this? Because I am. I am a sucker for Mario Party.
I'm on the fence.
I wish it was on the Switch.
Oh yeah.
I wish it was on the Switch. I wish everything was on the Switch.
No, the download play is beneficial.
And that right there, I think, is one of the reasons it's not on the Switch. Unless the Switch suddenly gets an update to have download play, which I wish it would.
So the Switch has had alternate solutions to that problem. Basically, you can download
the Namco thing.
Yeah, download a custom client that would connect to the server.
You get 2 of these.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of the times you actually want to. Well, yeah, but having 4 people over the small display would be difficult. Though on a bigger TV it'd be easier.
Do you think that they're doing it on the 3DS because a lot of these games are going to come from N64 versions, and maybe they can get away with not, upgrading them to HD, so they can actually get a lot more done in a shorter amount of time? Because if they had to put it on the Switch, they'd have to reskin 100 games, right?
Well, even those, because the one they showed actually what was from an N64, and then it showed the same game, with better polygons.
Was it?
Yeah. So even for the 3DS, you can tell the difference.
Okay.
Hi, Brian. Welcome.
Hey guys.
I'm excited about it for sure. I kind of agree with whoever said that just a minute ago about not having to do anything to make it look any better. And I think this is their way of re-releasing Mario Party games without re-releasing Mario Party games.
Because the last 3 have sucked.
Well, yeah, the last 3 have sucked, but I'm talking about
maybe as back as 5.
I'm talking about that they don't have to do they don't have to re-release them or remaster them or whatever. I imagine there will be some kind of graphical upgrade
or design boards.
And so it's just games. I mean, it's just games, and it sounds like it's kind of going to be multiplayer only.
I took this as just being one big minigame collection.
And I'm okay with that. I mean, say it up front. It's a minigame collection. Don't expect much. There you go.
I think my wife and I would enjoy playing that game. She really likes the Mario Party games. In fact, we just got done playing a round of Island Tour, I think it was.
Oh yeah.
Two versions ago, I guess.
That would be good.
Yeah, that one was good. And we chose the board based upon like the number, or I guess the volume of mini games that it, how it has the ratings for skill or luck or number of mini games. So we picked the one that had like maximum mini games anyway, just because that's what we find most of the
Mario Party went off the rails when they decided that everybody needed to travel through the board together.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be honest with you, Mario Party 10, was that the last one for the Wii U?
Yes.
Incredibly underwhelming.
Yep.
I kind of agree with you, but for different reasons. I didn't mind the share a cart thing. It did speed up the board part of the game and get you back into the mini games quicker.
Yeah, I guess it did, but the
selection of mini games weren't all that good either.
Mini games, they started running out of ideas for mini games, and what they need to do, and if I ran Nintendo, this is what they would do: is it would turn into WarioWare Party.
Oh.
And they would combine WarioWare and Mario Party. And
I don't know if that sounds good or horrible.
Well, I think that could be the angle on the next game. Wario decides to make a knockoff of Mario Party and call it Wario Party. And Wario Party. And so you have can you imagine competing in 5-second mini games against each other to see who can do it the fastest?
Onions. Or the garlic. Who can eat the most garlic?
Yeah.
And stink up,
well, no, but you've got the 8-bit 16. You got the 8-volt 16-volt level where you play all kinds of retro games together or against each other. I mean, it writes itself. Nintendo, it prints money. Come on, just do you like money? Then yeah. So I can be like Jose Otero. They can just bring me on and I could just do game ideas. It's like, Hey guys, remember F-Zero? Yeah, we do. You might not, but we do. Let's move on. Let's talk about some of these other games. I'm going to kind of group some of them together here. Obviously, not going to talk about Samus Returns. It's 2 days away.
These were rapid fired.
The Alliance Alive, Shin Megami Tensei, Strange Journey Redux, Radiant Historia, Perfect Chronology, and Etrian Odyssey 5, Beyond the Myth, otherwise known as all these JRPGs you will not play. Anybody interested in these 4?
I thought that was all one game, Marty.
No. This is not the next installment from Square Enix.
EO5 does have a demo out now.
It does, yeah. I was
look
really
for it.
surprised at all the stuff that was available after the Direct today. But anyway, somebody was talking. Sorry.
No, I was saying I was looking for that Etrian Odyssey demo and I couldn't find it. Is that 3DS or Switch?
3DS.
3DS.
Oh, that's why I couldn't fiend it. I was looking
Octopath is the only 3D Switch demo that's out right now, unless you want to count Pokemon or Pokemon Tournament, unless you don't, if you haven't already got it. Apollo Justice Ace Attorney and Fire Emblem Warriors also coming out soon. Can I just say that Fire Emblem Warriors for the DS still is the most baffling choice for development that I have ever seen Nintendo do, because it's like you're making this for the Switch as well. Why in the world would you not want people to play it on the Switch? And it looks terrible.
The only thing I can think of is that most of the Fire Emblem games were on they were on portable. So
yeah, but you're wanting people to move over. You're wanting to transition the fan base.
Yeah,
they've already said that Fire Emblem, the next big Fire Emblem after Shadows of Valencia, would be the last one on.
I think Hyrule Warriors 3DS outsold the Wii U just because
it probably did, but
just because of install base.
Because it's the Wii U, but I mean, go ahead and let's push the cattle over to the Switch.
I'm thinking what they did was they already had the engine, the software made for Hyrule Warriors.
Yeah, I don't imagine they put much effort into it.
Yeah, I'm sure that they just.
And let's just say Apollo Justice is just the Apollo Justice game remade for the 3DS, right, Jesse?
Yeah, it wasn't originally released in DS, and it's just getting a 3DS port.
I still haven't finished Dual Destinies.
It's very similar to what they did, with the first 3 games, or originally GBA, but we didn't get them until DS.
Right.
But they re-released the first 3 games as a single 3DS title.
And which game are we complaining about? Hello?
Apollo Justice. Apollo Justice. We can hear you. And then let's talk about the most fist-shakingly horrible thing from this Direct and close out 3DS here. My God, Nintendo, why did you wait to put out the orange and white new 2DS XL until October? I wanted to throw up when I saw it. Oh my gosh.
I have my video turned off because I'm doing dishes right now, but that made me laugh out loud when I saw that.
I mean, I don't legitimately, I don't nerd rage against companies very much, but this is I'm Francis flipping tables over this. Seriously, I'm thinking, how can I get rid of a blue and black 2DS XL as soon as possible?
Talk to me, Marty. Talk to me.
Just remember, you have to wait a week. You have to wait a week before you do
I'll tell you what, it's like brand new. I'll sell it to you for $150. I'll even throw in some random crap from somewhere inside my desk. I've got Mega Man cards and all kinds of crazy stuff in here.
One-up box leftovers.
Yeah. Hey, and listen, those one-up box leftovers are actually really good because it's a lot of stuff that I don't particularly care for, fandoms stuff. We're about to send some stuff out. Hey, John. You're gonna get some cool stuff.
Yeah, I heard. I can't wait to see.
I will tell you one thing that's in there that is really cool. Is there's a Rick and Morty T-shirt in there.
Oh, sweet!
And a Rick and Morty sticker.
So it was my first month of eligibility. Do I win every month, or
no? You don't win every month.
Just got.
You don't win again until everybody else wins. I think
this is not John Blanco Day. This is Nintendo Day. No, there's 5 people, counting you, who are in there. And so what will happen, unless some more people, kind of level up to that level, is that you will win, and then
Which, by the way, you
however
can
many
do
months
at
you'll be.
patreon.com/Nintendo
Just head right on over and use the code Nintendo Dads for $3 off your. Wait, that's the wrong thing. So let's talk a little bit about these Switch games, and then we need to record a podcast here soon. Just going through here, Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Nintendo spent way too much time on that. But if you're excited,
like twice,
Yeah.
if you're excited about that,
why are they explaining every single bit
Like all
of
the mechanics
when
of
that
it.
when that dragon came on and started talking, I was like, oh my gosh, I see why this is a
He said he
45-minute
was the
direct now.
landlord.
You know, it's like basically what they did was they said, hey, we've got a 30-minute Nintendo Direct, including a mini 15-minute Xenoblade Direct shoved right in the middle of it.
It was they have it separated on their website, like on their YouTube channel, and it was like 8 minutes of that direct.
Yeah, and 4 minutes of it was like the stupid thing from Neverending Story talking about how the guy rides on his back and he's my best friend and he calls me Gramps. And
And you can call me Gramps too.
No, I can call you. I'm not buying this game.
What?
No, I'm not. I'm not.
That's
I
sad.
can't. It looks
Zach's a
so.
Xenoblade fan.
Look, Zach, I know, and I love you, but it looks so complicated. Like I'm sitting there getting headaches. Like it's just break and push and freeze and flip and.
Once you know what that game takes a long time for you to like. If it looks like the battle system looks very similar to Xenoblade X, and that when you actually hit a good rhythm with that game in the battle system, it's actually really, really fun. But does
it ever end up being intuitive?
No. Eventually, well, I mean, not intuitive, but like to the point where like intuitive would mean that it like makes sense when you're trying to learn it, and I don't know if it necessarily does that. However, that and actually figure out how to understand it, then it starts to make sense. Like there is a sort of flow to the rhythm of battle in that game.
Gotcha. So you're getting this. So we're getting a special edition with that. They're probably going to make about 15 copies of that. And Xenoblade Chronicles 2's theme Switch Pro controller. There's going to be 5 of those. They're going to put them at the top of a mountain and let people climb up and fight it out.
Yeah.
Splatoon 2 updates. Kelp Dome is available Friday with the Snapper Canal coming as a brand new map and the Tent Umbrella. Oh my God, I love that Tent Umbrella. Yeah, so cool.
That thing is sweet.
I really like the fact that they're varying up the weapons they're giving you, and it's not just like, hey, here's another version of the roller, and it has a different sticker on it. So, is anybody still playing Splatoon?
Yeah.
Cool.
Every once in a while, pop in there, try to buy some new stuff, and I don't know. Play maybe.
I couple this with the fact that they just fixed the online app. I think that's a big deal.
Yeah.
Fire Emblem Warriors is out October 20th, 7 days before people play a good game. I don't understand. Like, we've talked about this on the show, and I've talked about this with friends. I don't understand why they're putting this out before Odyssey.
Oh man.
Is anybody going to get this?
I think I will eventually.
Yeah, it's going to be like a after Odyssey.
What game was that?
I really like the Zelda one, so
Fire Emblem Warriors.
Probably going to get this one.
Yeah, same with me. Here's the funny part. Like I've played Fire Emblem games, and I couldn't really get into the gameplay of it all. But for some reason, I've been hooked on the mobile app.
Yeah.
Just like, I don't know, just like the quick nature of it. And so it kind of got me introduced to the characters. So I'm like, maybe I could play this game. I don't know. At least there's character recognition for me.
Yeah. But, I love the lore and the characters of Fire Emblem. I'm just not a real-time strategy guy, like a turn-based strategy, whatever.
Warriors games.
As I said before, the only characters I recognize are the ones in Tokyo Mirage Sessions.
Right. I mean,
the Warriors games seem like they're quicker to me.
Yeah,
So
the
that's why
Warriors
I like
games.
that.
The Warriors games. I mean, it's good. Like I love. They're great stress relief. Like if you're
Oh
if
yeah.
you've had a really bad day and you want to like murder 1,000 people at once, there you go. Cool. Let's go do it. Fire Emblem Warriors or Zelda. Yeah. This one I'm super excited about, and I'm going to talk about it more later. Snipper Clips Plus, cut it out together. Wow.
Yeah.
Original game is $29.99, or you can get the DLC for $9.99. Anybody hopping in on that?
I'm excited for it because I love Snipper Clips. That was the first Switch game I ever played. I don't like that they did the whole, it's a digital game, now it's physical, because I am now compelled to buy the physical. So I'm probably going to... I'm just going to buy the physical version and not get the DLC because...
This is physical? I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's physical, and then they're doing, and then they're also allowing people to do the DLC if you've bought the original game.
If they had not done...
factor.
I'm going to say this.
If
they had not done the DLC and they had made you rebuy the original game, I was out. I would have been out.
They made the right move on that.
I agree. I really like that they did that. And they did that with another game too, right? Where you can get
Shovel Knight did that.
The whole game or happy.
You're kind of breaking out.
Oh no, he's gone.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Let's see here. Morphe's Law and Rocket League. I'm going to lump these together because they're two games that were talked about on the Indies Direct. I really don't understand why they spent time on these two games, especially since there was nothing new given about it.
What was the point of giving a date for Morphe's Law? Well, actually, what was interesting,
they didn't give a date.
The headline said November 1st, and then when they actually announced the date, it said winter. So
weird.
It was a little weird.
So November 1st, I guess they classify that as winter. November through January.
I don't know. Maybe I may have misread it, but
I thought it said.
Pretty sure
it said Switch first.
Oh, maybe that's what it said.
Because it says this winter first to Switch. But the thing is they spent a big amount of time on this in the Indie Direct, as well as Rocket League. Before,
and this was what blew me away.
Felt like padding.
Golf Story. They still said September release date. We have like two weeks left in September. When is it going to be?
It's going to be September. Colin, it's going to be September 28th.
Yeah,
I'm serious. It's like when they said, it'll be out by the end of the month, and it came out on August 31st.
Yeah.
Or April 31st. Arena of Valor, a MOBA game for the Switch. Beta will be free this winter. What do y'all think?
It
looks interesting.
A weird one.
I think it looks interesting. Kind of reminds me of.
Is this a new
Diablo
game? I'm not familiar with MOBA. Is this a new game or a other game that's been ported to Switch?
It looked new to me.
It sounded like it was a new game, but let me go check.
That's the thing is that the thing that was weird to me about it was that I had no idea who that developer was. And for a MOBA to have just some, just like some random developer, it's like, I don't really care.
Arena of Valor recently launched in North America under that title, but the game has been out in China for 2 years, called Honor of Kings, and the game has been known worldwide as Strike of Kings or Realm of Valor. I'm reading this article. That's not what's
why
important.
the hell would they?
It said this. It says the name isn't what important. It says Honor of Kings is currently the biggest game in China by a fair margin. Wow. The game is available on Android and iOS with more than 200 million players in its home region.
Whoa.
55 million active daily users just on mobile. So that's a huge thing for them.
Oh, it's a mobile. It's a mobile.
It's a mobile game but did you hear that? I mean, like,
it's how many a mobile
users?
Right.
Mobile,
well, yeah.
MOBA.
I get that, but if it's like a mobile,
it's a mobile game. This is probably not the last mobile game we're going to see on the Switch. Let's be honest. Pixel Lines DX is a mobile game, right?
Yeah.
So there you go. Doom and Wolfenstein 2: The New Colossus. Holy crap!
Huge. Yes.
And yeah, huge, and they just ran over it like a freaking speed bump and kept going.
They sure did.
I have a feeling they'll talk about it more later.
That's so you guys can spend more time on it.
Yeah. Doing what? Talking about the 2 or 3 screenshots of it they showed? I don't know. I felt like
that's
all I needed.
I felt like they should have spent more time on it. But that's me.
I agree.
They released a bunch of screenshots that
I'm still excited.
Switch and
Jesse, I'm gonna throw this in here somewhere in here. I don't see it on your notes, but somewhere in here they also talked about ARMS. That the ARMS update is available to. Well, I didn't scroll down far enough. That's why.
Lloyd, what were you saying?
There's a bunch of screenshots that people kind of threw together of the Switch version versus the PS4 version. They just took the trailers from both of them, and it looks pretty much exactly like the PS4 version, except for a little bit of textures that have been kind of resampled down a little bit. It looks pretty damn good.
Which is kind of what I would have expected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, here's one thing that I can tell you guys about Doom. We had a little Twitter exchange yesterday and today with Pierre Schneider from IGN, and he said, "Yeah, I know. But I like this because I like this because of what he says." He said, Justin sent him something earlier. Said, "Wow, what a direct! Did not see Doom and Wolfenstein coming plus 3DS Minecraft." And he said, "Hi, yeah, we got to play Doom yesterday." So I knew about that one. I'd say that to simply say it's up and running on the Switch already. So that's pretty good. And it's cool that Pierre talks to us. I'm okay with that. I like him a lot. I think he's a good guy to sit down and have dinner with. Arcade ports for the Switch. I'm not talking about Flip Wars because it's Flip Wars. Arcade ports for the Switch. Mario Brothers out on September 27th. Then like a bunch of verses: Super Mario Brothers, Balloon Fight, Ice Climber, Spinball, Clue Clue Land, Punch Out.
Dude,
ports
that's a weird.
Ports of the arcade.
Yeah, I was gonna say that is the death knell of the Virtual Console. Like,
I'm afraid so.
You want to play NES games? You go right ahead and buy an SNES Classic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of, guys. That's really I hate to say it, but that's what I'm afraid of. That there's not going to be a Virtual Console except for what's available from the monthly download from the good old Nintendo.
Right? Like for 2017, that's it.
Yep.
That's all you get.
Yep. Let's talk about a couple more games here. I'm going to skip over some because we're kind of running long in the tooth here. Octopath Traveler. What everybody think about that? The demo's out. What do you guys think?
Love it.
Looks beautiful.
I've not gotten to try the demo yet. It's downloaded. It's sitting on my Switch.
Octopath, sorry, I just had to bail out and then come back.
Octopath. Yeah.
I played it for like half an hour tonight.
Is it good?
It's very talky, but
it's an RPG. I'm not surprised.
But it's all like a lot of it's voiceover though, which.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well then I'm okay with that.
And the dialogue's pretty heavy. It's not like kid dialogue. It's like some heavy dialogue.
Yeah, it's like I know family friendly show. Dang you to hell. And all this place, my son's sitting there and he kind of looked at me and I looked at him and I was like, "Yeah, buddy." Yeah. That's what they said. Did we know a release date for Sonic Forces before this?
No.
So November 7th for Sonic Forces and Resident Evil Revelations Revelations 2 on November 28th. And LA Noire on November 14th. All those were new dates. Right?
Yeah, well, we only found it was like LA Noire was like rumored still up until it was officially announced with this. So, but I'm surprised that's coming out so soon. I was expecting that to be 2018.
One thing I don't see on this list too is Skyrim. Skyrim's out in November as well.
Yeah, it was above it. You passed it.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Sorry. I keep doing that.
It was above it. November 17th.
Really, just so much stuff here.
Like I mean, 52 games.
You've got LA Noire and Skyrim out on the same week, pretty much within the same 7-day span, as well as Resident Evil. So I mean, like there's a very heavy catalog for the Switch coming out at the end of the year. Is anybody interested in any of these games? Skyrim, Resident Evil, L.A. Noire, Sonic Forces?
Yes, I didn't get to play any of those re-releases there, so I'm looking forward to those.
Awesome.
They may be re-releases, but I've never played Skyrim myself, so that could be a
I played 30 minutes of it on the 360 and hated it, and I'm going to give it another chance on the Switch. Because I hate money. I hate having money in my bank account.
I totally.
Obviously, since you're getting the iPhone X.
Your wallet.
Yeah, that's another reason. I mean that. Well, and see, that's another thing too. Mario Odyssey comes out the same day that I'm going to be trying to pre-order an iPhone X.
Oh my goodness!
And yeah, that's
Good luck.
Day.
That's a lot of money.
Well, I'm in the iPhone upgrade program, so I should be okay. Anyway, let's yeah.
Wow, that just got really soft.
I don't have much. Yeah, like everybody's just I may need to leave because I was
No
detecting
judgment,
a lot of judgment right there. It's like, oh yeah.
No, you know what, dude? This is a safe place, and addictions are things that are real, and it's okay.
Yeah, I do. My buddy and I were talking about this weekend at game day about how he has tech FOMO. Like the fear of missing out on new tech. He buys every new Android and iPhone that comes out. Yeah, and like he'll do like the trial period that you get from the cell store, you know, or whatever, like Verizon or AT&T, and then he'll send them back.
Oh, like a trial mode or whatever.
Yeah, he uses them for like a month, and then it's like, well, see ya.
Like a rental program.
Yeah, somebody's not happy.
That's what we've done before with different things we don't necessarily feel like we might need long term. You just go to the Costco rental program.
So let's wrap up here and let's talk about Mario Odyssey, because holy crap, they dumped a huge load of specifics today. If you did not want anything from Mario Odyssey to be spoiled, and you watched the direct, well, you would have been sadly mistaken, or sad at the end. And if you don't want anything to be spoiled, well, this is where you need to leave. Cappy has a sister named Tiara, who apparently is Princess Peach's hat. Next thing you know, Cappy's going to have an evil twin named Cappy, and he's going to be Bowser's hat.
Oh my God, I want that right now.
Cappy.
Cappy.
Wappy.
Wappy. Yes, that's it. Wappy the hat. And then there's going to be a Waluigi version too, but he's only going to be in tennis games. And then previously announced Kingdoms Metro Sand, Luncheon, Wooded, Cap Kingdom, and Cascade.
Okay,
And
can I just say, like, the names of the towns or of the kingdoms is like, they started off really good. Like, here's Metro Kingdom, and here's Luncheon Kingdom, and here's Snow Kingdom,
and Sand
King. Like, all right, like the guy who was responsible for naming these places, like, he just called in sick, and so they just kept the temporary names.
Yeah, Seaside Kingdom. You know, I mean, those are okay, but like there's thought put into the towns and locales in there.
Yeah, it is.
So I mean,
at some point, didn't they say, like, we don't want to ruin too much of it?
As they show another one,
and then they show one after that.
We don't want to ruin too much of our new games coming out, so we'll just show you the Queen Metroid in a commercial for Samus Returns. Just for a second.
I put in my notes here. Won't spoil them all. ... We'll see about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait for a week a week after it's out, and then they will.
No. Our friends on YouTube will do that for us at least 2 weeks ahead of time.
Hi, Andre.
I wasn't going to mention names, Jesse, but yeah.
The reputation speaks for themselves.
Yeah, well, it's not just them. It's everybody who has access to, download codes. My gosh, guys, just let us enjoy the game.
You know what, though? Here's the thing.
Capture card.
Here's the thing for that. Like, having seen the embargo for that game, there were they basically, the embargo literally just said you can show anything except the end boss, or anything after the end boss. And that was how the embargo was. And so
Metroid?
Yeah, for Metroid. And so that's the thing, is that for them, either they do it or somebody else is going to do it, and somebody else will get the views instead of them. So they might as well do
true.
it. So it's really Nintendo's fault.
I understand why they do it. I just don't like it.
Right.
That's my point. Like, I get it. I get that. So yeah, I mean, there's tons of stuff. Mario Odyssey is coming out on October 27th, and we know you're going to buy it, because if not, I mean, and I forget who it was, Tim, or I think it was you, Tim, right? That wanted red Joy-Cons. You got them.
Except you have to buy the pack to get them. They've only been announced in the bundle.
I thought that they showed them separate from that.
They've showed them separate, although they only announced the bundle. So they.
You know what they're going to do again? Here, I'm telling you where this is going. You ready to watch this? That's a Target exclusive bundle. That's Target is red.
Because it's red, yeah.
Target is going to snap that up like nobody's business. Now, if they do,
I hope they eventually sell the Joy-Con separately, but unfortunately, it looks like it's all a package deal.
Do you think that?
Isn't that what they did with the Splatoon Joy-Con here, or did they actually sell those separately?
No,
not yet.
Walmart has the Splatoon 2 Joy-Con, and that's it. Like, and there's 4 boxes of that sitting at my local Walmart, and I want one so bad.
So I'll throw this trick out there, because I did it this week. I bought the Splatoon bundle, but I already have 3 Switches. Me, my wife, and my kids share one. But I bought the Splatoon bundle. It cost like $4.10 with tax. I took the Joy-Cons out. I took the box. I basically put that Switch into one of my black boxes and put the black Joy-Cons, an extra pair of black Joy-Cons I had, and I sold it today for $300. So basically, I spent about $110 for the Joy-Cons and the case and the box.
Dude.
But the timing of the Mario bundle, and I'm going to do the same thing with the Mario bundle, is interesting only because Christmas time comes around. I mean, those things are going to be hard to find. So if you really want those red Joy-Cons, I mean, you can do that too. I'm not like a scalper or anything like that. But
I get it. No,
get away with paying.
Now, if you had just told me I bought the Splatoon 2 Joy-Con bundle, took the Joy-Cons out, put the black ones back in, and took it back to Walmart, then I would be like
5 because that was awesome.
You're a not so good human being. No. Here's the thing: Nintendo missed a huge opportunity with this Mario bundle to not put the Cappy eyes on the Joy-Con grip.
Oh, that would have been awesome.
Or to make the sticks the eyes, which would have been really funny.
Or change the button color or something. Yeah.
Or even to print like a Cappy print on the dock. You know what I'm saying? Like, make it.
They announced a Mario Odyssey Joy-Con grip, so they want you to buy that separately to get the red Joy-Con grip to go with your red Joy-Cons, to go with your red case and your.
And as it gets closer, they're going to announce the Mario Odyssey Pro Controller.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and it'll be the little ears on the bottom will be blue. It'll be red and blue.
See that? Why did they not do that? And the little buttons are green.
Yeah,
I mean, are yellow like his buttons.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
You know, we also didn't talk about the Pikachu or the Pokemon 2DS XL. What did you guys think about that?
Oh man, that's what I need to get for my daughter.
The Pokeball.
That one looked amazing.
I like the fact that it's all red. It's all red.
Has anybody seen the inside of it?
Yeah, it's all red.
I saw a photo of that. Yeah.
Has there been a photo of that out?
Yeah.
Yes. If you look on the Twitter page, it's on there. On their announcement.
On Nintendo's Twitter?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I mean, I saw like the one that shows the bottom of it, but like it didn't show the inside, did it?
Yes, it did.
Okay.
It's showing it on the box. It shows the box, the front and back, and the back of the box shows.
Now I'm just seeing
red.
Now I'm just seeing the Power A Mario Odyssey Joy-Con grip. That's what should have come with the bundle.
There you go.
That's what should have come with the bundle. But
wow.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's red.
It's like red with black buttons.
That's nice.
Also,
thanks for sharing that, Martha.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Martha. Well, guys, we're going to close it up here so we can go and record a podcast for you. And we're joined tonight by members of the Two Button Crew podcast. So we're excited about that. And Justin's not with us, so Zach can play the Wobble Puffet thing as much as he wants.
Yeah, that's what
we can make fun of. Yeah. So it's going to be fantastic. One thing I do want to direct your attention to, and we'll just leave you with this. Go check out. There's a post on Nintendo Everything right now from an hour ago showing that Nintendo has improved Mario Odyssey's visuals since showing it off for the first time. And you need to see this. It looks really good.
I saw the comparison between what was shown at E3, the Peach with the hand up, and then what was shown today. And yeah, definitely an improvement.
Yeah, it's really good. And I will say too, if you Crypta the Necrodancer, this is stuff that was announced today but did not. It's in the Japanese Direct, but it didn't come out over here. Crypta the Necrodancer is coming to Switch, as well as Lovers in a Dangerous Space-Time, which I said originally should have been on the Switch. But yeah, it's both of those. Crypta the Necrodancer is an iOS game.
Then that Wii U karaoke software as a service thing is coming to the Switch in Japan.
Yep.
And a Phantasy Star Online game too.
Yeah. I mean, there's tons of stuff coming out. I mean, Nintendo is really hitting hard here at the end of the year. Thank God. Like I've waited for them to do stuff like this.
It'll be out
because you don't like money. Remember, Marty?
I hate money. I hate it. Actually, here's the deal. I love money, but I don't like to keep it. Also in the Japanese Direct, I don't know if any of you guys played Dylan's Rolling Western, but they announced a new version of that coming out. No, for the 3DS.
What?
Dylan's Rolling Western, The Dead Heat Breakers, is only a Japanese game for right now, but
what do we need a freaking Dylan's Rolling Western game for?
It's because enough people bought the first two.
So you can spend your gold coins to get a discount on it, because that's probably the only thing on my Nintendo that people are buying.
You know what? That is an
argument. I'm calling it right here. The first Switch discount on my Nintendo is going to be for 1-2 Switch.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Sorry, guys.
Good call.
I've cursed us to it now. I'm sorry.
Snipper clips.
Actually, snipper clips would be a good one for him to do it with.
Snipper clips would be great. But right. Yeah, so we're gonna close up here and switch over to the YouTube stream. Thanks for coming and hanging out with us tonight, guys.
Yeah, have fun, guys.
Thanks, guys.
You're the ones who keep this thing going, keep this ship afloat, and so we appreciate it. And so switch on over to the other stream and enjoy.
Good.
Bye bye.
Thanks, everyone.
See ya.
See you later.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.